Hey guys, it's Liv and welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Okay, my camera is bugging out and everything I just filmed will not transfer. So we're gonna do this again. This will be a little face-to-face convo instead of me just lecturing you about advice. So let's hit it from the top, ladies and gentlemen. Congrats on picking a school that is your new home and will give you all of the education opportunity that you are looking for. My advice for you first is to get involved. And I know that you have heard this probably from every human being on the planet, but in college it's so much more important. You are on your own, you are your own individual. This is literally all up to you your next 4 years. So if you get involved in clubs that interest you, even that spark your interest a little bit, and you sign up and then you're like,
you know what, I actually don't like this,
that's fine. Or if you sign up and then you're like,
oh my god, I absolutely love this and this is my new passion,
that's even better. You know, that's the result that you are hoping to get from joining clubs and getting involved. You don't even have to get a benefit like that out of, you know, you can make friends and have school spirit and just do things that will make your experience better than it could have been if you had not done those things. It'll even help you network. This will help your studies, your job search. This will help your social skills. You're building your whole resume as you're going through school, and you're gonna have to give your resume to people while you're in school. And they want to see what you've done. You want to at least help in any way. For a club, being on the board of a club is very impressive. It's giving you a different responsibility. You're doing what you love, and it gives you a escape from just, you know, everyday struggles as a student. So you will be going to a club. No, but going to like a club meeting and doing things like volunteering from that. There are just so many benefits of getting involved, and it'll help you make friends so much quicker and make meaningful friends. So that goes with what I'm about to say, is being open-minded. So going into school, college is filled with a whole bunch of people, and keeping an open mind with all of these various personalities is very important too. Keep an open mind with what you're learning, what you can learn, and whether this is from your classes or whether it's from learning from people in general. You can't be like, oh
no, I'm gonna stay in, I'm not gonna go out, I'm not going to that, like nobody's going to that.
You want to be your own person, especially if you are an undecided major. You don't want to seclude yourself saying, oh, I will never be a science major, I will never be an art major, I will never do that. You may join a club or take a class that completely opens your mind, and you're like, I have a passion for this that I didn't even know I had. And it's okay to change your major 5 different times. People do it all the time. Like, I want you to know that not having your mind set on everything is completely normal in college. Finding who you are and what you like, so everyone's at that point, trust me. Getting organized is the next thing. So once you start taking your first classes, the first week of school, you're gonna get a syllabus, and you can either leave all the assignments on that paper and never look at it again until the assignments happen to come up, or you have the decision to take them out of that paper and put them onto a planner. And this is something I completely recommend. I would even put it on 2 planners or calendars, like a desk calendar or a whiteboard. Like, that's for your set month, that is what is in front of your face. Then having everything on a paper planner or journal helps tremendously too, because then you just look ahead and you see, oh, I have this due this day. And then if you have that written down, you can see how much time you have until the date is to get that assignment done or completed or study for that exam. So with exams, planning ahead is necessary. My first chem exam, I did not do as well as I wanted to, because I was like, oh, in high school, I was fine with just cramming everything in the night before, but no, honey, You can't do that. Some people can, and that's great for them, but most of the time everyone's studying a week and a half in advance with study groups or going to tutoring sessions or going to office hours. Taking advantage of your resources and taking advantage of your own time management skills is necessary. So like what I did, I was added to a study group chat for my chem class, and if nobody has made that, or if maybe they have and you don't know about it, reach out to someone in your class, the person you sit next to, be like, hey, do you know about any study group? Do you want to make one? Nobody's gonna make fun of you. They're gonna be like, oh my god, thank god someone said it, because I wanted to do that, but I didn't know how to approach it. Without a study group, I would not have been as prepared in advance as I would have if I did this all by myself. So my study group met up a week and a half in advance, and it's not like we started like hitting all the chapters in one night every single night. We went chapter by chapter or lesson by lesson for like an hour, and since we gradually started learning everything and understanding it and helping each other with it, then the day before the exam it was just a review, and we were like, okay, we actually know all of this stuff. If you don't even think that is something that you would do ever, you need to keep an open mind, because this might be something that will completely change the way you are as a student in the best way. So taking advantage of those resources, my critical reading and writing teacher, she made us go to the reading and writing center and utilize the tutoring that we are paying for in our tuition to improve our grades in our writing. Please, like, just utilize your resources. This also goes for office hours. For your professor, a professor will never fail a face, especially if you are at a big school with 300 people in a lecture. You want to be that person that is not just a number in the class. Like, you want to be a person that the professor is like, oh, I know who this is when you're reading your paper. You want to go directly to the source if you have questions. That's just always how it is. So if you go to your professor and are like, I don't understand this, like, they want you to say that. They want you to ask for help. That's their job. Like, they appreciate that so much. I actually got a question about this. How do you schedule? I downloaded Coursical. Well, not even downloaded. I just searched up Coursical, like college schedule maker, and then that one came up. That happens to be my favorite. A lot of my friends use it as well. It color codes everything. So you are going to have to make mock schedules when the time comes to pick your classes, because sometimes you may get let down. Like, everyone's usually going for the best professor too. On Rate My Professor, if they have a 5-star rating, like, you have to be prepared to maybe not get that professor depending on what time you schedule. So doing your research and noticing that, you know, okay, this class may be hard or have a lot of work, but the professor is said to be really, really good and actually care about their students, then that's what you want. Take that class, even if it might require a little extra work. You'd rather have that and actually learn something rather than take a class just because it's an easy A and not learn a single thing, or have a professor with a terrible way of teaching. Yes, highly recommend Coursical, and going to your advisor. Going to your advisor will help you. They will tell you what requirements you need. Sometimes an advisor will tell you, oh no, you can't do that, but then you'll talk to someone and they did it. So, you know, kind of do your own research. You are in charge of that for yourself. Choose one that truly interests you or will benefit you. So yeah. But also, people have questions for roommates. So I was lucky enough to have my best friend as a roommate because we decided to go to the same college as each other just by chance. So you're going to have to get used to living in the space of someone else as well. You need to have your room organized, have a certain study spot for yourself, whether that's at the library because your roommate is in the room at that time, or whether that's your desk when your roommate is at a class. Like, whatever works for you, you guys need to kind of get into each other's flows of things. And you need to communicate as soon as something bothers you. Do not let it build up and hold that in for months to come. And then one day you're like, oh my God, I've had enough. And you guys both blow up. Like, yes, that's happened. That happens to everyone, but that's a thing to learn from. So I'm going to tell you now so that doesn't happen to you. If you have a certain habit that they notice and you obviously don't notice that it's your habit, you want to clarify things from the jump and, you know, not assume. But also, if you have a random roommate or even a roommate that is your friend and you guys seem to be getting into some arguments and stuff, again, communicate, but you also can't force anything. So if you guys realize that you cannot live together, you just can't, then you can get a roommate change. If not, you guys are going to have to compromise, and that's just life. So you don't want to have a miserable living experience, you really don't, and you can talk to your RA about it, which is your residence assistant. They are in charge of your floor. But yeah, you can go to them also if you have any specific questions about your room and all that stuff. And I will make a video if you guys want to. Even if you guys don't want to, I will make a video about living at school and what to bring and dorm essentials and stuff like that. Okay, so getting homesick. That was another question that was asked, how to kind of overcome that. So the transition from high school to college is definitely different. You have to be more independent, and then you're like, oh my God, like my mom did my laundry. You're gonna get homesick and you're gonna be like, oh my God, like I miss my family, and that's totally normal. But a way to kind of not let that get to a very serious point of homesickness, you have to just distract yourself with all of this like involvement that I was talking about. So if you join clubs and then you make friends from that, and then you're doing all of this stuff, you know, just at school, whatever, having distractions will definitely help you not get as homesick. Like, even if you're an hour away or across the country, it happens. But yeah, distractions, definitely my number one. Yeah, that is basically it for this video. I hope that this helped you. I really do. I definitely took a lot of time to put all these things together for you guys, and you know, like, this is what like I had trouble with. I looked up so many videos when I was first going to school, so I wanted to take everything that I learned and give it to you guys, and I hope to see you guys back here soon. Like this video if you want more college advice, or hit me up on my socials, or comment down below, and I will do my best to be that person for you guys and give you advice. So, thanks for watching.